Hey guys, it's James Upjohn here from MagicSubmitterTutorials.com. In this video, we're going to look at the campaign wizard. By now, you should have created your projects and your profiles, and you should have sorted out everything within the options tab, and you should have a good understanding about spun content and the importance of using it. In this video, we would now have everything that we need ready to get started with our first campaign setup. So you'll notice in the top ribbon, there is a magic wand icon with 3 stars pointing out of it. It's the campaign wizard icon. I'm going to click on this button and it's going to open a simple step-by-step wizard that's going to allow me to get my first campaign underway. I just want to point out before I click that if we look at the bottom, we'll notice that I'm in a project called Technology and I'm in a profile IT2. That's fantastic. That's exactly where I want to be. If I wanted to start a campaign in a different niche other than technology, all I would do is go into Open Profile, choose a different niche from the drop down menu and double click one of the profiles, and you now see I would be in that project. I'm going to head back to the technology niche and I'm just going to click on one of these profiles here to get started, and you'll see that I'm back in the technology niche. The article that I've written and spun is about Samsung Galaxy mobile phones, so it fits perfectly within the technology niche. You'll notice is I've not created any accounts because with the introduction of the campaign wizard, Magic Submitter will now automatically create all of your accounts for you, and it will stop and read your emails and get all of the confirms for you before it then submits any content. So this wizard really is a one-stop shop. You create your profiles and away you go. I absolutely love it. I'm going to click on the campaign wizard icon, and the first thing I'm going to do is give my campaign a name. Now the name of this campaign is only for my benefit. It won't be used in the campaign itself, but I'm going to give it a name. Now I'm doing Samsung Galaxy, so I'm going to write in here Samsung Galaxy because I need to know which campaign I've done, and I'm just going to number this 1. It's the first time I'm going to build a campaign to this particular website, so I'm just going to put in here Samsung Galaxy and then write the number 1. Campaign niche, from the drop down menu I am going to choose computers and technology, and then I can put my URL in here. Just as an example URL, I'm just going to write site.com. This URL does say that it's spinnable, so that means there are a couple of things that you can do with this URL. If you wanted to, you could tell Magic Submitter to sometimes do site.com without the www. Sometimes you could say to do it with the www. Sometimes you might decide that you want to also link out to an internal page of your website. Basically, there's plenty of different things that you can do with this site name Spinnable. The easiest thing to remember is that anything online that has got a URL can be put into Magic Submitter. If you want to backlink social profiles or videos or websites, it doesn't matter what it is, with just a few backlinks you can potentially rank it on the first page of Google. Next thing that we're going to look at is the keywords. The keywords in Magic Submitter are used as tags for your content. Think about tags like topics. I like to keep these relatively broad. So what I'm going to do is, if I'm writing an article about Samsung mobiles or Samsung Galaxies, one of the first keywords I'm going to use is Samsung Galaxy. I'm spinning this, and in the spin tax, the open bracket means choose. Then I'm going to put a pipe, and I'm going to give it some other keywords that it could potentially use. So we could say Samsung Galaxy, or just Samsung, or we could say phones, or we could say technology. And basically, we can give Magic Submitter here lots of different choices. The more choices that we give, the better it will be, because we're going to leave less of a footprint. The more variations we give, the more unique our posts are going to be, because the keywords are always going to change. We don't always want to have it as our exact keyword every time, because that will be leaving a footprint. In the real world, it wouldn't make sense to have 100 people linking back to you all with exactly the same keywords. So we mix it up a little bit. There are a couple of cool things that you can do with this. You can actually put in more than one keyword per spin. So let's say, for example, I wanted it to say Samsung, or I can put in Samsung, comma, and then I might say technology. And then basically, if Magic Submitter chooses this one, it won't have one keyword, it'll have two. Some sites in Magic Submitter allow you to have up to 5 keywords, but other sites only allow you to have 3. So I recommend sticking to a maximum of 3 keywords between spins. So I might say phones, comma, technology, comma, and let's say Samsung. And now what's going to happen when I click Magic Wand, sometimes it'll pick 3 tags, sometimes it'll pick 2, and other times it'll only pick 1. Lots of unique variation. The next thing is the anchor text. What I'm going to do for this is I'm going to type in Samsung Galaxy. The anchor text is what you actually want to rank for in Magic Submitter. So I'm going to click Samsung Galaxy, put Samsung Galaxy in, and then I'm going to click this button here that says Randomize Anchor. If I click this, Magic Submitter is going to go out and it's going to harvest some additional keywords for me. Post, penguin and panda, Magic Submitter has been updated somewhat to make sure that we are trying to stay as safe as possible with our anchor text diversities. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this wizard and I'm going to show you what Magic Submitter did for us. First of all, Magic Submitter duplicated our main keyword 3 times. And then Magic Submitter also went and found some related keywords for us. Samsung Galaxy Tablet, Samsung Galaxy Precedent, Samsung Galaxy Phone, Samsung Galaxy Review, and Samsung Galaxy AT&T. We've got there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different variations of related keywords. And then finally, Magic Submitter actually uses a short code, which is, if you just bear with me, I'll get rid of this. Gen anchor is a square bracket, then gen anchor, then another square bracket. And Magic Submitter's got its own built-in database of generic keywords. Keywords like, if I click rewrite article, you'll see visit site, or go at this site, or read this method, or read on relevant website. That's giving us a lot more variation of keywords there, and it's giving us the click here type links that we're looking for. So I'm going to go back to where we were before, and you'll see that when I click the randomize anchor button, Magic Submitter automatically put that gen anchor shortcode in there for me 3 times. The next thing to look at is the campaign description. You don't actually need to write anything in this box if you don't want to. If you're using outsourcers, or let's say that you want to write notes to yourself for the campaign so that you can come back at a later date and remember what you've done, you can put them in this box here. But like I say, it's not essential, it's not used as part of the campaign, it's more for note taking. Next we got start campaign submission at. Leave this at the default date and time unless you're planning to start something in the future, you know, a week, you're building campaigns and you don't want them to start for a week. If you leave this at the default time, you'll notice that this time's in the past. It says that it's going to start at 1 minute past midnight. Magic Submitter, if I was to start this campaign at the end of the wizard, it would realise that 1 minute past midnight had already gone and it would start the campaign. Now, it's best to leave it on those default settings, because what Magic Submitter will do as you start building more and more campaigns is it will learn to stack them up one after the other. So the first campaign that you run will start at 1 minute past midnight. The next campaign will then start once this one's finished, and it allows it to methodically do that. So I recommend leaving it default date and time. The next thing to look at is spread submission over. This is based per tier. I'll explain this in more detail later, but in simple terms, let's say you've got your website here and you decided that you wanted to build some articles and some bookmarks to the actual site. The bookmark will say, hey, check out this great site, click here, and it will link directly back to your website. And then obviously your article will have a link in it that says something like, you know, check out this great site. So these links here are linking directly back to the money site. And because they're linking directly back to the money site, these would be considered first tier links. The next thing is we could decide that we actually wanted to build some more links to our articles and our bookmarks to help Google find them. So we could build some RSS feeds as an example, or we could build some more bookmarks to our article directories. These would then be, because they're not linking directly back to our website, this RSS feed, this bookmark here would say, hey, check out this amazing article. And then the article would say, hey, check out this amazing site. So this is now a second tier link. If we wanted to, we could carry on with this and we could go further down. Okay, we want to build some more links to these. This would then be our third tier, etc. Okay, now if we were to do this, whatever figure that you put in spread submission over, this will be multiplied by however many tiers you've got in your campaign. So if I was to build a 3-tier campaign, something similar to this, I would write in here, say 15 days. Then what would happen is the first tier would go over 15 days, the second tier would go over 15 days, and finally the third tier would go over 15 days. It would then be a 45-day campaign in total. If I decided I only wanted to build a 2-tier campaign, then it's 15 and 15, so in total it would run over 30 days. And if I decided I only wanted a 1-tier campaign, then it would only run over 15 days total. You don't need to write any of that in there, that was just purely for demonstration purposes. Again, like I said, I'll show you that in a little bit more detail. Now, spread campaign submission over. A good idea is when you're first starting out to go slow, okay? You can always speed a campaign up if you go into slowly and you're not seeing the results. However, if you go much too quickly and you get impatient and you blast your website, it's a lot harder to recover from that. So my advice to you is start slowly, get Google used to the fact that you're building links to your site. You can always speed it up later. The next thing to look at here is send links created to link indexing service. There is a video created. You can see a link here that says, watch this video about importance of using indexing service. Magic Submitter will work without the indexing service. Okay, I used Magic Submitter successfully for 2 years without needing it. So I don't want you to think that you won't get results without it. However, now that I do use it, I just see results much quicker. So I'm going to, for the sake of this, put 15 days in here. If I pick a 2-tiered campaign template, it'll run over 30 days in total. So I'm going to click Next. I'm going to choose all of my profiles. You can click each one of these individually, or up in this top corner, you can click that and it'll highlight all of them at the same time. If I wanted to, I could also at this point create a new profile. Let's say I realized that I didn't have enough profiles in this and I wanted to create another one. I can just click Create Profile from here and go back through the profile wizard. So I've chosen my profiles. I'm going to click Next, and then I get to choose a campaign template from the drop-down menu. There's plenty of different ones in here to choose from. We could have a look at all service types. That's pretty much everything that appears in Magic Submitter. We can look at campaign template 1. Now, this is what I was talking about when I said in regards to different templates and tiers. This is a 3-tiered campaign template. Videos, bookmarks, and blogs on the first tier point into the money site. We've got bookmarks, profile links, bookmarks, and blogs, blog platforms. They're second tier links. And then finally, plug bookmarks pointing back to the profiles would be the third tier. If I was to choose this, my campaign would run over 45 days in total because I put 15 days in the spread submission over. I want to show you a couple of different examples here. Now, at first glance, when you look at this template, you might think that, okay, it's 4 tiers, therefore this campaign template is going to run over 60 days in total. You wouldn't be too wrong for thinking that because it is a 4-tiered campaign. However, you'll notice that there's a difference in color between the links that link the nodes. If I was to look at template 1, they're all gray. If I was to look at template 2, they're not gray, they're red. And basically what this means is that if we look at these plugs and these profiles, and then we look at the WordPress and the blog platforms, what we're basically telling Magic Submitter to do with these red lines is that we don't want to wait 15 days until this second tier is finished before building the next tier and the next tier. What we want to happen is at the same time that it builds the WordPress blog, it'll automatically build a profile link to it, and then in turn it'll automatically build a bookmark to that profile link. So the red links are called chained links, and it just means that everything happens at the same time. It's treated as one tier, even though the links are going to the level above it. I hope that makes sense. There's lots of different campaign templates that you can choose from. It's good to experiment with different ones. If you're completely unsure about which one to do, the great thing about SEO is that you can always try on different sites. If you're a little bit worried and thinking, I'm really not sure what is the best template to use, you can always start on a site that doesn't mean so much to you first, get familiar with it, try different strategies, work out what works, try it on a couple of other sites. Once you feel like you've got a winning formula, you can then start doing it on the sites that matter most to you. That's definitely one thing that you can do. Now, you can choose things from the drop-down menu here. And what you can also do at this point is, if you decided you wanted to create your own strategy, you can. All you would do is click on this Create New Template button. And then this here is the Campaign Designer. It's really simple and easy to use. It's a drag and drop interface. And all we need to do with this is say, okay, I want to build some articles to my website. So I'm going to put that to the money site. If you click this button here, it's an auto layout button. And I want to build some bookmarks to these articles, so I'm going to drag that one up and click auto layout again. And I want some blogs to go to my money site as well, drag that over, auto layout. You can see now that I'm starting to lose some of these nodes off the page. So what I can do is I can zoom out so I can see better, and using the other button you can also zoom in. I might then decide that I also want to build some bookmarks to my blogs. And let's just say, for example, I wanted to build some wiki links to my homepage as well. And I wanted to build some, just to choose something slightly different, an RSS one to them. Let's just say that this was my strategy. If it was, and I decided that that's what I wanted to roll with, what I can do here is click Save Campaign Template, and then I can put in here my campaign name. I'm going to call this Article, Wiki, and Blog Template. Okay, name it whatever you like, it's for your benefit. I'll click Save on that. And then I need to get back to the wizard. So to do that, I'm just going to click Close. And then from the drop-down menu, you should see that Article, Wiki, and Blog Template is now in there for me to choose. If it isn't in there when you click Close, all you need to do is click back and then click forward again, and it'll reset it, and then it will be in there. So we'll choose a campaign template. For the benefit of this, we'll go with campaign template 1. There's quite a few different things in here for me to describe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say next, and then I'm going to choose or fill in these different nodes for you. Now, right at the very top here, we've got something that says get random links from. This is a brilliant feature. What I can do here is, I've not got any random links created, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this little green plus button here, and I'm going to give this list a name. I'm going to call this Information Technology and Phone links, random links. Okay, and then I'm going to take some random links of either inner pages that I own, or if I've got any social profiles, or if I just wanted to go out and find some authority links within the niche, I can put them in here, and I can do it one per line. So let's just say it's my website. I'm going to put in site.com, and then I'm going to say Samsung or Samsung Galaxy, or I'm going to say Samsung Galaxy phone. And you can put as many variations of your keywords in here. Notice that I'm spinning these, and then I'm going to close this link here, or close the A text, and I can carry on with this. I can put as many different links in here as I require. Site.com / another link, Let's pretend that this one is going after a different phone, just for example. So it's still in the same technology niche, but let's say that one was going after iPhone or iPhone parts, for example. I could put that in there, and then I could just maybe put in a social profile. So let's just, for the sake of this, just say facebook.com, and I'm going to say, just so that you can see how this is going to work out at the end, Facebook Samsung, or let's say Samsung Facebook. So you can put as many random links in here as you like. Some of my random links lists have got over a couple of hundred links in them. The more the better. The reason why we want to use these random links is because Magic Submitter uses a shortcode. I'll show you the shortcode in a short while. But Magic Submitter uses a shortcode which will allow us to insert any one of these links directly into our content. So I'm going to click save on this, and then I'm going to choose that from the drop down menu. So I've chosen my information technology and phone random links. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is head over to my article. Magic Submitter's asking me for a title, and I'm going to put the title in. There's just one thing that I want to explain to you if I just head back quickly. Videos have a title, bookmarks have a title, blogs have a title, Plig bookmarks have a title. Everything on here has a title, blog platforms, etc. So the great thing is, rather than us having to give Magic Submitter a lot of information to submit to video sites, and a lot of different information to submit to bookmarks, and a lot of different information to submit to blogs, what we can do is we can write one title in here that's really well spun, and Magic Submitter is going to use this one box to fill in all of these different items for us. So it really is quite quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to this article that I've already spun. I'm going to grab this title here, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it directly into the title. If I click on the little wizard, I can make sure that there's no errors with my spin tax by clicking on the magic wand, and I can check this, and I can see that I'm getting lots of variations of this title, which is great. I can close that and click OK. The next thing I'm going to do is summary no links. Summary no links, I use the first paragraph of my spun article. This is going to be used for some of the nodes like bookmarks. It'll be used as the bookmark description. It's also going to be used as summaries for the sites that require summaries, posts. You know, when you create a blog, you get a blog summary, post summary. Article directories usually have a little summary. So I'm just going to grab the first paragraph of my spun article, and I'm going to put that into summary no links. The next thing here is description. Description is going to be used for sites like microblogs. It's also going to be used for sites like videos, etc. It's going to be used for a few different things. What I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to keep this quite short. I'm just going to write in here something like, check out this great Samsung site, and then stick a link in here. Now I can spin this. If I want to spin this text, I just click on the wizard, and I click on this little binoculars button here. If you own Magic Article Rewriter, it makes this really simple. If you don't own Magic Article Rewriter, you can spin this by hand. I can write in here, check out, look at, take a look at, visit, or go to, and then great. I can spin this. Remember, the curly bracket means choose. I can say great, put a pipe in, which means or. So this great, I can say awesome, or I can say amazing, I can say incredible, I can say wonderful, close the bracket, and then I can say Samsung. Let's spin this because that's the keyword. Let's say Samsung Galaxy. Let's just say Galaxy, and let's just say phones, and then site. I can spin that to say site or website or web page. So again, lots of variation here. I'm going to leave this symbol on the end, pound link pound. Magic Submitter uses another shortcode, which is pound link pound, and basically what pound link pound does is in the money site URL, we wrote our main website URL, which was site.com in this example. So what Magic Submitter is going to do is it's going to look for that URL and it's going to replace £link pound with that. This is also a dynamic link, so it won't always pull the money site URL. Basically, as links are being built with Magic Submitter, let's say, for example, we was going to link a bookmark to an article. When we first create that bookmark, it's unsure where to grab the link from, because we can't tell it at the start of the campaign exactly what the URL for that article is going to be. So what Magic Submitter will do is it'll find the URL for the article that we post, and it will then see that it's a £link pound, and it will automatically switch that when it's posting this for the article directory. So I'm going to click this magic wand just to make sure I've not made any mistakes. And you see, go to this wonderful Galaxy web page, take a look at this amazing Samsung Galaxy site, take a look at this awesome Samsung Galaxy website, check out this awesome Samsung site. Lots of variations of our keywords there. You can spin this more, you could spin it on sentence or paragraph level. You can really go quite deep with this. The ultimate goal here is to make sure that it reads well, but at the same time that you've got lots of unique variations. The next thing that I'm going to look at is body with links. Body with links in Magic Submitter is the main article content itself. This is going to be used for our blog post and our article directories that accept links. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to take my entire article, but not the title. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste this into body with links. So I've now pasted my full article into body with links. I took the time to write at the bottom of this article a kind of like a call to action. This call to action basically says, if I click the magic wand, for more details, please take a look at our internet site by visiting this awesome link. It's then got this short code here. I'll explain that to you in a second, but I also want you to see that it's also going to say you can also go to round link. If I click the magic wand again and check, this one now says for supplementary details, make sure you check out our webpage by heading over this great link. The next one says, for more details, make sure you take a look at our website by going to this awesome link. The next one says, for more info, make sure you check out our webpage. For more information, make sure you look at, you'll see there's lots of variation here. Should you need more info, ensure you have a look at our internet page by heading over to here. You might also call in on round link. I have included the random links. If you remember, I said you can link out to other things online. The great thing about doing this is that this round link is going to automatically be replaced by whatever content we put in the random link. So we're kind of like, hey, you may also check out, and it might link out to Facebook, or it might link out to an authority site, or it might link out to one of your inner pages. This is great because it allows us to build backlinks to our other pages at the same time as doing a campaign to our main website. One of the other things to notice is Magic Submitter uses this short code here, ahref equals £link pound, £anchor pound, and then another A. I just want to demonstrate to you here why this is important. If I wanted to, I could, every time I wanted to paste a link, write out my full website URL and then spin my keywords. And I can go through this and I can write things like click here, or I can write things like Samsung Galaxy. And every time if I was to do this manually, it would end up taking quite a long amount of time to be able to properly go through this and add links. So Magic Submitter really simplifies this for us. Anywhere that £link pound is used, it's automatically going to replace it with our money site URL. And then anywhere £link pound anchor pound is found, it's going to automatically replace it with the anchor text that we put in on that first page. If you remember, we clicked the randomize anchor button and it generated a load of random anchor text for us. So I'm going to click OK on that. That's now got 2 links in that article. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my EE occupation. Now, you can put in just made up occupations in here if you want to. Cab driver, canoeist, just make stuff up. I am, as a full-time job, a pilot or a computer tech. Okay, so you can put as many occupations in there as you like, really mix it up. What you can also do is you can keep these occupations to be niche specific. Obviously, it's only one occupation. It will just spin a different one each time. The next thing is the bio. Bios are like about me. I'm not going to spin this one for speed's sake, but this is a typical kind of bio that you could write. I am a 29-year-old guy that is married. Let's just say happily married, just in case the wife reads it. And I have 3 children and a pet dog. Okay, so this is like an about me section. Mix this up. Use fake information, real information. Spin this really well too, because we're going to be submitting this to a lot of different places. What I'm going to do with this though is I will leave it unspun. I'm just going to take this bio. You can write it as long or as short as you like. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it into EEBio with links. This is a slightly different code to what we saw earlier with the ahref link at the bottom of here. And the reason for that is this one here is a HTML link. And this one down here is just written in a slightly different scripting language. This one here is called BB code. Don't touch that. Leave it exactly as it is. Leave it in there. And then Magic Submitter will pull your link and your anchor text and mix the two together. Next, we've got EE interest. This is kind of like hobbies. It's what you enjoy doing. Again, just make it up. You know, you can just write in here swimming, running, canoeing, whatever it is that you like doing. Stick that in here. You can spin this to include more than one. We could say and golf. You could say tennis, rugby. You can actually do some nested spinning in this as well. So sometimes it picks 1, sometimes it picks 2, sometimes it picks 3. So yeah, you can do some pretty cool stuff with this. But I'm just going to say golf, tennis and rugby for the sake of this. And when I click the magic wand, this guy's interests are running and tennis, canoeing and tennis, swimming and rugby, swimming and golf, running and golf. Birthday, birth month and birth year, we leave those 3 set to random. We don't need to touch those. And here we've got a video file. Video file, you would just navigate to the file. If you're looking to submit videos through a template, save the video to somewhere on your computer that you're not going to move or delete it once it's been uploaded, because Magic Submitter will just upload it straight from your machine with every submission that it does. So video file, I'm just going to pretend that I've got one, C drive, documents, / let's just say Magic Submitter tutorials.mp4. And then finally post page name. The easiest way for me to describe post page name to you is certain websites like, let's say, tumblr.com or wordpress.com use subdomains and post page names. Let's just say, for example, I had a blog called jamesupjohn.wordpress.com. The post page name is where I'm going to take my article on this wordpress.com site and I'm going to post it. So my post page name could be Samsung Galaxy. So that's what the URL would look like if I chose the post page name Samsung Galaxy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bit out because it's not needed. I just wanted to demonstrate. But I don't always want the post page name to say Samsung Galaxy because that would be leaving a footprint. So I'm going to say Samsung Galaxy, or just Galaxies, or Galaxy, or let's just say Samsung. So you can really mix this one up as well. And then what you can do to make sure that it's really unique is you can just spin a number at the end of this to make sure that on certain sites like hub pages where you don't have a jamesupjohn dot, your actual page is what appears after the .com, hubpages.com /. On those types of sites, we want to make sure nobody else owns this. So if I was to click the magic wand, Galaxies 2, Samsung Galaxy 7, Galaxy 3, or Samsung 3, sorry. Some of those might already be taken, so I can make it more unique by just adding more random numbers at the end. Samsung Galaxy 565, Samsung Galaxy 484. So I can click OK on that, and then that takes care of filling in all of these items. The next thing that I would do is click Next, and then I'm given 2 options. You can either run the campaign, or you can open the designer. If you run the campaign here, that's okay to do, But if you want to do some more advanced stuff with Magic Submitter, you can click just open Campaign Designer. For a basic setup, clicking Run Campaign Now is adequate for most people to get started. So I'm going to end this here now. I really hope this basic tutorial has been helpful to you. I look forward to connecting with you on the next video. Thank you.